Orbitsound sent over their BAR A60, which is basically a TV soundbar that you can either just sit underneath the TV or wall mount, and comes with a wireless subwoofer too. You can also use Bluetooth and NFC to stream from your phone and stuff like that, as well as have the optical and aux in, and we're going to take a look at it in this video. So just a quick note on the packaging, it actually comes really well packaged, lots of soft cell foam if you do get this shipped to you. Inside the box you have obviously the soundbar itself as well as the wireless subwoofer, and you also have a very nicely laid out quick start guide, a remote, and all the cables you need, including optical cables, power adapters and that sort of thing. Now the remote itself is actually really well built, feels really nice in the hand with this sort of soft touch plastic. And all the buttons are well laid out as well, including the bass and treble adjustment, along with all the sort of playback controls and source sort of switching and stuff like that. The subwoofer itself does need to be plugged into the wall for power, but otherwise is completely wireless. There's no option to plug it in either, and generally comes pre-paired, which is quite nice. The soundbar has two speakers on either end, as well as the IR receiver on the right hand side and the main sort of speaker in the center, as well as an NFC tag if you want to use your phone to wirelessly pair with Bluetooth. You do have the option, as I said, to wall mount this. There are two hooks as well as cable management in the middle. You also have the aux in, optical in, and the DC in, as well as a 5 volt 0.5 amp USB port if you so wish. That's the USB port sort of hidden in there if you want to power anything. Now I want to make a point that to test this myself, I basically spent time using it with my TV, streaming Netflix from my phone, as well as using the PC that's sitting under it, and I basically either had my phone directly connected via Bluetooth, or I used the optical cable from the TV into the speaker. And to give you an idea, here's a bit of an audio test. Do bear in mind that this is captured with the camera audio as opposed to with your ears. So while I can't claim to be the world's leading expert in audio equipment, I have some experience with some higher end and some lower end stuff as well, and this definitely sits on the higher end. It's definitely targeted towards the type of person who's just bought a brand new 4K TV and has stuck it up on the wall and they want better audio sort of equipment for that. It is definitely for that sort of person, so don't go look at the link down below and see that it's expensive and go, oh god, that's terrible, because first of all, audio equipment is generally pretty expensive. I mean, they're selling this in PC World in the UK. They're actually a UK-based company, which is quite cool, but yeah, they're selling this in PC World, and if you have a look at some of the speakers that are sort of in this class, you're looking at sort of 800 or 900 quid, so for 400 quid at the time of filming anyway, this isn't too bad. Now do bear in mind, as said, it is a higher end speaker system. In terms of audio quality, it's actually really pretty good. The central speaker is the one that does sort of the most of the work, while the side speakers effectively fill the room with the sort of surround sound type audio, and it actually works really well. I found myself, especially when I was streaming from my phone, I was streaming Netflix to my Chromecast, and then obviously having the audio source from the TV come through the speakers, and I was hearing, I was rewatching Archer, and there was just the sort of thing that I was hearing things that I've never heard before when watching Archer on my Logitech 2.1 speakers type thing. So there's a lot more clarity there. They're not the biggest bass thumping speaker, so if you do want to connect your phone and play some music to it, which actually if you do it by NFC works really well, just hold your phone up to the NFC tag on the side and it works nicely. The subwoofer is fairly low power, so you're not going to be raving to it necessarily, but it does give a very kind of high quality audio feel, and you can up the bass with the remote. One thing I would say about that is that the sort of menu system, or the LEDs that show you what volume you're on and stuff like that, do work quite well, but I would like a little T and a little B to show you when you're adjusting bass and treble which one you're adjusting. as the LEDs do stay on for a couple seconds and it can be difficult to work out which one you're adjusting. But other than that, the rest of the controls, especially on the remote, which feels really nice, it's soft touch plastic and feels very well built, work really well as well, which is obviously nice, especially when you're running on Bluetooth. You can just hit pause or skip and it all seems to just work, which is awesome. Yeah, I guess that's kind of that. It's really nice sound quality. It's obviously something aimed at a higher end market, so for the market it's in, it actually does a really good job. In terms of value for money, I think in the market it's in, as I said, it's probably going to be a 4. It's actually pretty good. In terms of performance, I'm going to have to give it a 5. It's a really, really nice speaker system, and as I said, I'm hearing things that I didn't know were in the audio there, sort of thing. So more details and stuff like that. In terms of functionality, I'm going to go for a 5 as well. The optical worked perfectly, the aux jack worked perfectly, and Bluetooth was really easy, and switching between them with the source button or on the actual soundbar itself worked really well, and it shows you which one you're actually sort of drawing from, which is cool too. And yeah, in terms of styling, it's actually pretty nice, so I'm going to go for a 5 there as well. And TechteamGB score, I think I'm going to go for a 5 as well. It is a really nice speaker system, and I am very impressed with it. So I guess that's that. I'm also going to give it the Gold Award, because as I said, it is really quite nice, and I do recommend it if you are the sort of person who's just bought a 4K TV and wants a little bit of a better sound system. I think the only main drawback for me is that it requires 2 plugs, because the subwoofer and the soundbar are actually wireless. You don't have to connect them together, and they connect via Bluetooth and they come pre-paired. But actually, one thing I do want to mention before we finish is that the actual guide, the sort of quick start guide, was actually ridiculously helpful. It was very well laid out and that sort of thing. So props to Orbitsound for that. But yeah, I guess that's that. I hope you enjoyed the video, found it useful if you're planning on buying one of these, or any sort of other audio system. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe and like. If you didn't, feel free to dislike, but let me know why in the comments down below so that I can improve for next time. And yeah, other than that, yeah, feel free to let me know what you'd like to see me review next in the comments down below, and we'll see you all in the next video.